Hi there, Montessori, and I'm Camilla Campuzano, the community manager of Montessori Thrive and Nido Marketing. Welcome to our Nido Marketing YouTube channel, where every week I make videos to help Montessori school leaders market their school, grow their enrollment, and find a sense of community online. In this week's video, I'm going to be focusing on email nurtures or email marketing, and I'm going to be sharing my 5 favorite email nurtures that your school could be utilizing to grow your retention and also to grow your enrollment. Email nurtures are a great and cost-effective way to market your school to interested prospective parents and to keep your community engaged. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first things first, let's talk about why email marketing works and why you should definitely be utilizing email marketing as part of your overall digital marketing strategy in your Montessori school. So first and foremost, we know that people check their emails. It's a more personal way to market. You're going to help stay top of mind. There are lots of schools that parents are looking at and considering when they're choosing a school for their child. So email marketing is a great way to stay top of mind, to be in an inbox that parents are checking and staying on top of. It's a great way to inform parents about the benefits of Montessori. It's also just a great way to just keep them informed about what's going on at your school. If you have any events such as open houses, if your aim is to retain families, not just get them to enroll, you can keep them more engaged in your community. So it's really effective for that. It's cost effective. So once you have your email list, you can continue growing it. It's free to send out emails. You don't have to pay for it like you would for Google ads or social ads. It's free to put together emails and send them away. It's important, though, I must state, if you're going to be email marketing, to always have an unsubscribe button or an unsubscribe option at the bottom of the email. You don't want to be pestering parents who aren't interested, but it is certainly a great cost-effective way to be marketing. And it's targeted. You know that these parents are interested because at some point they were interested enough to hand over their contact information, whether it was through a lead generator or through another form. So it's a great tool to market in a cost-effective way to help yourself, to help your school stay top of mind. So we really are a fan of email marketing here. So first and foremost, you want to be growing your email list constantly. A great way to do this is to have lead generators on your website. If you want to learn more about lead generators, I recommend you checking out our earlier video all about our favorite lead generators to include on your school website. It's a great watch. But lead generators are a great way to get those important contact informations. Also, just by having an inquiry form on your website at some point, it's a great way to just build up your email list and get that contact information of parents who are interested in learning more about your school or getting information from your school. Once you have an email list, you can continue to grow it. It's important to have a CRM or client relationship manager or some type of software that helps you create and automate campaigns. Doing campaigns manually is so tedious, and honestly, you're not going to stay on top of every contact individually. Everyone is on a different journey. There's a pipeline when it comes to your admissions, and there's parents at all sorts of points within that pipeline. And then also, once they are already in your community, the retention pipeline is completely different. So you want to make sure you have a CRM to track your contacts. You can create tags so that you can keep track of every parent, what group they belong to. You can kind of group those contacts using tags into specific campaigns, so you know that this parent needs to receive this specific email campaign, this parent needs to receive another campaign, because staying on top of that manually or using a spreadsheet can just be really tedious and time consuming, and also things can get mixed up easily. So it's better to use a CRM software of some sort. If you want a CRM software specifically for Montessori schools, we have one at Nido Marketing that's great, and it has helped many schools operate these campaigns on a regular basis. So if you'd like to learn more about that, I believe the link is in the description to this video. But ultimately, through a CRM, you can decide the amount of emails in a campaign, when they're going to deliver. So you can say, I want this campaign to last a total of 2 months. The first email is going to trigger automatically. The next one's going to be a week later. Then the next one's going to be 2 weeks later, etc. You can decide that with the CRM or the software that you're using. And you can also format your emails on a CRM to make them look nice, professional. You can add your school logo. You can personalize them. Also, a CRM allows you to make those emails more personal rather than just saying dear parents. You can say dear first name of the contact once you are receiving these contacts automatically. So ultimately, a CRM is key to running great campaigns and great email marketing. So please consider using software. Don't try to tackle an email nurture campaign if you're keeping track of everything through a spreadsheet and you're sending these emails manually. It's just too much work. Certainly don't want that to happen. So let's talk about email nurture campaigns that we love I'm going to be sharing my 5 favorite email nurtures that you can definitely implement. And I'm going to share a little insight as to how you can set them up. But ultimately, you can be creative when it comes to what content you're including in the emails, and how you want to send them out and what kind of order you want to do it. But I'm just going to give some suggestions, and I hope that you find them helpful. So first and foremost is the inquiry email nurture. So this is the email nurture that is going to trigger when families request more information on an inquiry form on your school website. So if you have an inquiry form on your school website, this is going to be the email nurture that will trigger once parents hand over their email information on there. I put together here just a little basic outline as to how you can plan out these emails, but ultimately you can sit down and you can create the content. The great thing about using email nurtures and having a template for this is that you can use it every single time a lead comes through. So you don't have to develop new emails every single time. You can sit down, you can draft an email nurture, and you can send that out over and over again when people are giving out their information on the inquiry form. So for this sample, email 1, this is the most important part. It should deliver immediately after they submit their email. This allows the parent to understand that, oh, they did get my inquiry. They did get my email. It's a confirmation that, oh, we've seen that you're interested in our school. We're happy to answer any questions. You can kind of then track it on your CRM or whatever software you're using, and you can see what questions they asked, or if they just requested some type of specific information, maybe in regards to your tuition, things like that. And the second email, you can ask them, oh, would you like to schedule a tour with us? We really recommend that parents come in for a tour. This is how they can really get to know what Montessori is all about, and they can see it firsthand. Email 3, you can decide how long after the email to you send this. You can remind them about the importance of coming in for a tour, why it's valuable, why you encourage people coming in for a tour, so you can answer those questions face to face and kind of squash any concerns they may have about Montessori. In email 4, provide some data. This is the kind of where the marketing gets more creative and fun. Talk about, this is how Montessori has worked for others. It's shown to be a really great way to build an educational foundation. You can provide testimonials. You can provide stories about your own community. You can follow up that with an email maybe a week later, seeing if they have any questions, thanking them for their interest, and then giving a final push to see if they'd be interested in scheduling a tour. So it's great. You formatted your email nurture, and this will start triggering once they submit their inquiry form. At any point that maybe they do schedule a tour, you can pull them out of the email nurture so that they don't then receive the emails, because it wouldn't make sense if they've already requested a tour and scheduled one to get a reminder to schedule a tour. So that's just something to note there as well. But here's a great layout for what you could use for an inquiry email nurture. It's definitely one we recommend using. So the second email nurture I really love utilizing is the post-tour scheduling. This is just really professional. It reminds parents about their tour. I think it's also really unfortunate on the school's end when they're anticipating a tour and there's a last-minute cancellation or the parent doesn't show up, because it wastes our time, because we put time into preparing for the tour, getting everything ready. So just to avoid that, a good email nurture can actually really help you. This email nurture will, of course, trigger when someone has scheduled a tour. I hope that you have automated tour scheduling on your website. If you don't, you definitely need to or should consider having an automated tour scheduling system on your website. Otherwise, you could be kind of pushing parents away, or they might be more hesitant to schedule a tour. But it's a great way to just make tours as accessible as possible for those busy parents. So email 1, again, should deliver immediately after they submit their email to confirm their appointment. This is just so that they know that, oh, yep, I got the confirmation. Great. Email 2, get ready for your tour. Here's what you need to know. You can kind of provide some background information, where a parent can park, how they can prepare for their tour, etc. Email 3 is, a reminder about your tour tomorrow or in a day. You can decide what time is appropriate. It can also give them the option to reschedule their tour or cancel the tour. This way, at least 24 hours in advance if the parent is going to be a no-show or not. You can ask them to please confirm your tour just to be sure, so that we can be ready for you. Email 4 can be a follow-up after the tour. Thank you for coming in. We really appreciate your time. We hope that you enjoyed our tour. If you have any questions for us, please let us know. Email 5 can be just a follow-up. Do you have any questions now that you've had time to sit and think about it? Do you want to talk about possibly sending in an application? Our applications are open. We have openings at our school, or we're starting a wait list soon, so secure a spot by sending in an application. And then email 6 can be kind of the last one of this email nurture sequence, and it can be, are you ready to enroll? This is a great email nurture to consider for your school. Another one we like to include is the tour cancellation, because there are those times where parents cancel tours out of the blue, and we just want to make sure that we don't lose those leads because maybe they were just too busy or they forget to reschedule. So this email nurture will trigger when a parent cancels a tour. Email 1, again, is a cancellation confirmation that will trigger automatically. Email 2 could be something like, do you want to reschedule your tour? Email 3 can be, oh, did you know there's some unique benefits about Montessori? Don't miss out. You can schedule a tour and learn more. Email 4, you can include testimonials, you can share success stories, and you can say your family can be next. It all starts with a tour. We are now taking tours, so schedule one now. Email 5, you can follow up that with, we still have some openings, but not for long. Secure your spot, come in for a tour and see how you can apply. Email 6, thank you for your interest. We still have some last minute tour availability if you want to reschedule. So this is just, again, reminding them, staying top of mind, checking in with them. Again, if a parent is not interested, they can unsubscribe. So don't worry about being too pushy. If they were really annoyed, they would just unsubscribe at the bottom of your email. It's just a great way to stay top of mind. So number 4 email nurture that I love is the post-enrollment as well. I think about it as parent onboarding. This just makes your school give such a great first impression once parents do decide to enroll in your community. This email nurture will, of course, trigger when a parent has officially enrolled in your school, whether that's they paid the deposit, they're fully enrolled, their spot is secured. You can start off with an email 1. Your spot is secured. We're thrilled to have you. Welcome. You can either invite them to like a mixer of some sort, if you have that at your school, or just let them know that you're excited that you'll be seeing them in the community in the next month or in the next upcoming academic year. Email 2 can be next step, just kind of a checklist of what parents need to do. You can follow it up with a form checklist in email 3, kind of make sure that they have submitted every form that is required that before that child starts on the first day of school. Email 4 is a fun one. You can do a get to know our staff. You can send them a little profile of all of your staff members, what they like, a little bit about their specific teacher that they'll be working with. So just kind of gives them some background. Email 5 is what you'll need for the first week of school. So talk to them about lunches, snacks, anything like that. What will they need to bring a backpack or not? Things like this. What kind of clothing? Do they need to bring spare clothing if they have a younger child? So all of this parents can be prepared for, and they can have that in a form. Email 6, you can invite them for a welcome meeting. Some schools do this where you just have a one-on-one meeting with your new families and just talk to them about how you're going to ease the child into the Montessori program, if you have any questions. And then email 7, do you have any questions before your first day? Just making sure everything is out in the clear. So the parent is fully ready for that first day of school. So this is a great email nurture. And then finally, we have our retention emails. This email nurture will trigger when a family is preparing to enter that important third year, whether it's the kindergarten year or that last year of lower elementary, etc., as it moves along. So it's important to keep those parents engaged. You'll never, it's a missed opportunity if you're not reminding them the importance of that third year. You could lose them. They might opt to go to a public school, and that could really, be a loss for the child who will be tying everything together in that important third year. So here's just a look at how you can format a retention email nurture sequence. So email 1, you can say your child's kindergarten year is coming up. This year is crucial. You can talk about why. You can tell them, this is a year where everything comes together. You can just kind of inform them. Email 2, let your child become a leader. We know that in that third year, the child will be teaching their peers in the classroom. You can talk about how they're going to really come into their own that year. Email 3, you can follow up with the third year ties everything together by, not allowing your child to participate. You could be missing out on so many opportunities for them. Email 4, you can invite them to join an info night. Maybe you host some type of info night or an event. I recommend that you do at your school. Parent education is important, especially for retention. Email 5, you can include some important testimonials. This is also great. You want to tell some stories about how everything really comes together that third year and why parents are happy that they kept their child for the kindergarten year. Maybe you have a parent who did keep their child for that kindergarten year and then they exceeded in first grade in the public school system. These are the stories you want to share. Email 6, are you ready to secure your spot? We want to make sure to see you next year. So make sure that you either enroll or if you have an automated re-enrollment, you just approve on everything. And the final email, will we see you next year? It's the last chance to enroll, secure that third year spot. We'd love to see you back. You can also opt for a meeting, to schedule a meeting, a one-on-one, to talk about what's the best choice for your specific child. all of these are great options. You can ultimately decide the sequence and the email content that you put into it. But the great thing about it is it keeps people engaged, and never underestimate email marketing. I know in Montessori, we don't want to come across as pushy. Our aim here is not to come across as salesy, but sometimes email nurtures are informative and parents need that information. They need to understand the benefits. So you're providing that when you're sending them emails. And if a parent was truly uninterested, again, they would unsubscribe from your email list and they would just not want to receive anything from you. So you're not being pushy, you're teaching them, you're guiding them, you're partnering with them. So just keep that in mind when you're email marketing. I do hope that you find this video helpful, and I also hope that you start utilizing email nurtures and email marketing as part of your overall Montessori marketing strategy. It's a great way to inform parents about the unique benefits of Montessori, stay top of mind, and encourage them to enroll or stay in your community. If you have any questions about email marketing, feel free to drop some in the comments. I'm happy to answer questions and hopefully be helpful to you. Also, I want to remind you, if you are a Montessori Thrive member with us, which is our member resource website, we have a bunch of email nurture templates. So all of the content ready for you for a bunch of different purposes. We have an inquiry email nurture, we've got retention email nurtures, and much more. And if you don't find a template that you need, you can always request one and we'll create it for you so that you don't have to sit down and write that content yourself. It's ready for you to just download and slightly tweak so you can personalize it for your school. So we encourage you to use our templates. They're great. We put a lot of work into them to make them come across as very informative, not pushy, and has that very approachable Montessori tone. Of course, you can edit it to fit your personality and your school community, but we'd love to see how those work out for you. So let us know if you've used them, if they've been a success at your school. We'd love to hear your stories. I'll be back next week with another Montessori marketing video. Until then, take care.